Ladies and gentlemen, the Go Home Show for Summerfest runs through Riverside, California. Welcome to WEDF Raw. This is Frank Dog, joined alongside the Intercontinental Champion Oshizek. And Oshizek, what a show we have planned here for tonight.
Oh, I can't wait, Frank Dog. You already know it's big, and like you said, it's the Go Home Show for Summerfest. At least on the Raw side, we still got SmackDown, and we still got a huge special Saturday night's main event coming for you guys. We got a lot of excitement for Summerfest in the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, stacked on deck tonight.
That's right, and tonight we're going to find out the stipulation for the WEDF Championship match for Summerfest. What's going to happen here? I could maybe spell an Extreme Rules match.
Oh, there's a lot of things that can happen knowing Jeff Hardy, and especially knowing this man coming out to the ring right now, our WEDF champion, The Miz.
The Mr. So-called must-see champion in WEDF history. Here he comes. I don't think he's really too happy about this stipulation. I think The Miz is a bit nervous.
I think he should be. I don't think he's exactly excited to hear that the anonymous Raw General Manager has something planned for him. And why should he? Because I think Miz already knows.
The man feels screwed. Feels like he's been screwed by the anonymous Raw General Manager time after time.
How has he been screwed? I'd like to show, I'd like for anybody who's counting, to point out in the record books where it's been shown that The Miz has been screwed over by the anonymous Raw General Manager.
Well,
to me,
I think he's a big crybaby.
Exactly. Anytime Miz says something about anybody whining, or anybody doing this, or anybody doing that, like there's a big conspiracy against him, he's whining because he's not getting his play. Because he doesn't have somebody like Vince McMahon who used to be in his corner blowing smoke up his ass and giving him anything he wanted in a handbasket.
He didn't have me kissing his ass either.
There you go.
Let's see what our champion has to say.
I can't wait to hear this.
There he goes again, whining, complaining.
Oh, come on!
Oh my goodness, more BS from our WEDF champion.
You know, I have to say, he's talking all this crap about the anonymous Raw General Manager not being unbiased. The action for taking against the guys on Raw are deserved. From whatever the anonymous Raw General Manager does to you is deserved because of the actions you've taken against the roster. Never worked for a single thing in his life. He beat 31 other superstars to face you.
He's been clawing and working his way up, using matches such as Survival of the Fittest and Wait a minute. I think one man has heard enough.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's a man, unlike Miz, who didn't attack everybody, assault everyone from behind, and whine and cry until he got what he wanted. There's a man who earned his match the right way. Jeff Hardy.
Uh-oh, I think Jeff Hardy has a little weapon, a little friend with him. And look at this. Look at that. Typical Miz running away from a fight. Yeah, you did this last week, didn't you?
Let's give a hand to our WEDF champion, The Miz.
Jeff Hardy is telling Miz get in the ring.
What true fighting spirit and class our champion has.
That's tremendous class, and I can't believe he's done so well.
Frank, let me handle this. This is the first time I've done this in a while.
This should be good. That's for sure.
Now, Miz, you can hate my decisions all you please, but until you learn to grow up and take some responsibility for your actions, I have no sympathy for your incessant whining. As far as I'm concerned, Jeff Hardy earned his right to face you by becoming the king of the ring, and if he beats you at Summerfest, it's because he's the better man and because you sorely underestimated his capabilities. What happens at Summerfest lies in your hands and his hands all alone, and I or no one else will be responsible for that outcome. But since you two seem to be so willing to fight each other and not wait until Summerfest, guess what? You're both in action tonight. Both of you will be in very special tune-up matches. But in the interest of fairness, I'm going to make things a little interesting. Because tonight, it's Pick Your Poison.
Oh my.
You both have control over who you want to pick tonight to face your Summerfest opponent. Now you choose wisely, and good luck. Especially to you, Miz.
That is a huge announcement from our anonymous Raw General Manager. We get to see Miz and Jeff Hardy pick who their opponent is going to be. Pick your poison tonight here on Raw. That is going to be huge tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And Riverside is on their feet for this announcement. I'll tell you what, this is going to be huge.
I can't
emphasize how huge this is going to be.
I can't wait. I really hope Jeff Hardy finds the meanest, nastiest, ugliest person to face The Miz. Because The Miz needs somebody to get in that ring, rough him up, whip his ass, and let him have a taste of his own medicine. And I think everybody here in the WEDF universe, especially in Riverside, would agree with me.
I hope Jeff Hardy picks the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. What irony would that be?
I don't know about that now, but let's see what we got here as Jerry the King Lawler is backstage with Bobby Lashley. As we remember, ladies and gentlemen, last week Bobby Lashley was the victim of a 3-on-1 assault from Triple H and the Hall of Pain.
Well, looks like those two try to pay each other off to finish the job on their enemies.
You know, I think I'm hearing what Bobby Lashley has to say, Frank, and I think he's conflicted right now. You know, part of him, it seems like he doesn't want to take the rematch with Triple H because he feels like he has nothing to prove to him. And why does he? He beat him at King of the Ring, but Triple H's actions, I think, are going to leave Bobby Lashley with no choice but to step in the ring and kick his ass purely to just shut him up.
Oh, that's very true. I mean, Lashley has nothing to prove by accepting another match with Triple H. He being fair and square. He should be moving up the ranks and maybe become the next challenger for the WEDF Championship, but Triple H ain't having none of it.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to move on to our first match of the night. This man you see, our proud WEDF United States Champion, a man who carries himself with honor and dignity, unlike our WEDF Champion, The Miz, Christian.
Christian, like you said, is a man who looks like the United States Championship as a true American hero. Even though he might not be from the United States, he carries that championship with pride and honor, unlike what JBL says is what a true American is.
Christian is a fighting champion. Christian has faced the odds time and time again. He has not backed down, even when he's had a losing streak. It's just the unquestioned fight of Christian is unbelievable. He's being joined by Ted DiBiase.
That's right, here comes Christian's tag team partner Ted DiBiase, who's seemed to form an alliance lately with Christian. And wait a minute, where's Ted DiBiase at?
We hear his music, but nobody's coming out. It is a tag match. You know, Ted DiBiase is set to team up with... Wait a minute!
Wait a minute,
Matt Eichorn! What the hell?
An ambush backstage. He's attacking...
Oh, I get it! Christian and Ted DiBiase were supposed to team up against John Bradshaw, Layfield, and Tensai, but you see here another underhanded trick from Layfield Incorporated, and another tactic destined to keep Ted DiBiase away from getting any sort of revenge on JBL.
This is downright ridiculous.
This is a mugging.
What has Ted DiBiase done? What is JBL's beef with Ted DiBiase anyway?
I have no clue. There's no telling exactly what JBL is all worked up and scared of Ted DiBiase about. DiBiase...
This Matt Eichorn is very dangerous. Like him or hate him what he says about Samoa Joe. The man did take Samoa Joe out for a couple of weeks. Oh no. No.
No, Jesus goodness!
Goodness gracious.
Oh my God! Ted DiBiase was just powerbombed right into that soda machine, and now the referee is throwing up the X. He's calling for some help on Ted DiBiase. Now you see what it's like, Frank Dog. Now you know what's happening here. This was a damn setup, and you see that when JBL's got the biggest smile on his face.
Looks like JBL now. This is truly indeed going to be a handicap match unless Ted DiBiase could somehow recoup what he tried to do at King of the Ring and make his way out there. Well, I don't think it's going to happen.
Ted DiBiase looks like he's seriously hurt, ladies and gentlemen, but JBL, you know he doesn't care. The so-called chairman of Layfield Incorporated just sicked his chief of staff on a defenseless, fortunate son like Ted DiBiase. Well, I shouldn't say he's fortunate now. I should say that was rather unfortunate of him, don't you think?
Very true about that. And JBL's tag team partner tonight is going to be none other than Tensai. How is Christian going to defy these odds?
I have no clue. But unlike Christian, JBL is a low-life, spineless coward, and if JBL were in Christian's shoes, he would not try to fight against these odds. And if you're JBL, I don't know how you can feel confident, especially when you have an untamed, just destructive force not hailing from Japan, but you can tell Tensai has really embraced just exactly what being in Japan has done for him as a wrestler.
And the man is very dangerous. He's one of the most dangerous men here on Raw.
You all know it, ladies and gentlemen. Tensai, very dangerous, very athletic. You can see why JBL has had no problems bringing him in as some extra muscle in Layfield Incorporated.
He's the enforcer of Layfield Incorporated, from what I'm hearing.
The Secretary of Defense, from what I understand. So to say. Either way, if you're Christian, your back is against the wall here. You are facing at least 600 pounds of mass destruction for as much flack as we give JBL. You have to admit, the deck is stacked against Christian here tonight.
JBL wouldn't have won in any other way. And here we go, this handicap match now is underway. And I wonder what Ted DiBiase's condition is going to be like.
There's no clue, but in any case, Christian is alone tonight. And I think that's exactly how JBL wanted it. And that's sick, that's disgusting, but there are other people like Matt Eichorn who will tell you it gets the job done.
And that doesn't prove a point at all. But anyway, you see JBL, you see Christian actually last week called out JBL asking, saying that if he wanted if JBL wanted so badly, he'll be right there waiting.
There you go. Christian said, unlike JBL, I'm a real American hero. I will fight. It doesn't matter what kind of challenge you put in front of me. I am a champion. I will treat myself as such.
That's something I'll follow Christian for, but that's something that the morals that JBL hates about Christian.
And wait a minute, Christian with the roll-up. 1, 2, we can almost have him. And I think that's got to be the only tactic that Christian is going to have, or the only advantage, excuse me, that Christian's going to have over JBL and Tensai. He moves just a little faster than both of those men do.
Christian's going to have to find a way to end this quick. I guess he doesn't have a tag team partner like JBL tagged in Tensai to back him up.
And make no mistake about it, regardless of how you feel about him, Tensai, the name meaning destruction, you have to admit, for any of you who've seen his tapes from NJPW, that's New Japan Pro Wrestling, this man is the real deal.
But Christian's up to that elbow.
Tensai moved out of the way, but no!
Christian using his speed and quickness. That was nice there. Now Christian going up high.
This is what Christian is going to have to do. He's going to have to move with the speed and grace of a bee. I mean, he's just going to have to go in. He's going to have to make the strikes he has to make.
Whoa. You see that elevation?
I saw that. That's exactly what I was talking about with Tensai there. That man's raw power is nothing to be scoffed at. And of course for JBL and for Tensai of Layfield Incorporated, they are going to be working to slow down Christian. They're going to be working to punish him. Especially for JBL, who is looking at potentially a United States Championship rematch.
Oh my goodness. Now JBL is just continuing to weaken Christian. We have nothing set yet for Summerfest. Oh no.
Jesus goodness! Snap suplex on those steel steps, and like it needs to be made any clearer, just exactly what JBL is trying to do here. JBL into the cover, 2. Christian is still fighting.
Showing the heart of a champion, the resiliency. You know, Christian went on that big losing streak and defy the odds at Night of Champions Extreme Rules. But these are even bigger odds here. But if there's a man that can defy those odds, I think it is Christian.
Christian has been able to do it time and time before. Again, nobody said he could win the United States Championship when he was on the biggest losing streak of his career. He won the match. Nobody said he could beat Matt Eichorn. And Shelton Benjamin has, Jesus goodness, that double gutbuster from Tensai and John Bradshaw Layfield just really took the breath out of Christian and out of everybody who could feel that impact. But Tensai into the cover now, 1, 2.
We got a kick out.
And again, though, everybody said Christian, with his back against the wall, there's just been no way he's been able to beat guys like Eichorn and Shelton Benjamin at the same time. Like JBL and Ted DiBiase at the same time. And yet, time after time, Christian has proven them all wrong.
Defy the odds, and that's what makes it what makes it true American hero. The working class American, not the rich, powerful American that JBL is, that abuses his power and wealth.
Beautiful! Nice series of kicks following up with that spinning neck breaker you just saw there from Christian. Nicely done from the United States champion. And no, Tensai though! Christian just ran into a brick wall there with that shoulder block, and now Tensai running into a pendulum kick!
Nice agility. Tensai was looking for that splash right there.
Christian able to avoid it. But Tensai! I think Christian was looking for that spear, but Tensai said no sir, and hit him with that tilt-a-whirl slam, and now JBL.
Looking to pick up the scraps. Oh.
No, wait. Pulls on, no! Jack!
Christian continuing to fight. Can Christian pull this off? Is he thinking spear?
He could be thinking kill switch. Look at how JBL stumbling. No, he is thinking spear. You were right.
Spear.
Use my punch. 1, 2, no.
I don't think he did enough damage to finish JBL off.
No, he didn't. You see, the assault has weakened Christian's impact with that spear. JBL and Tensai have effectively removed one weapon out of Christian's arsenal.
Christian's tripping there. Not really at full strength.
Couldn't really tell what he was doing, but managed to knock Tensai off regardless. Christian has JBL in the corner. JBL able to avoid whatever was coming his way, and JBL with just that big haymaker taking Christian down.
Like it or not, though, this is completely wise strategy if JBL wants to weaken Christian up for.
Oh, now there's that splash you were talking about, Frank Doug.
For that United States Championship rematch. If JBL does beat the champion again, I know he's beaten before, this could maybe sway the anonymous World General Manager's opinion to give him another shot. Oh no.
Christian with that, oh my goodness! He used to call that the Baldo bomb, but that's just dangerous right there, that two-handed choke slam you just saw. And now JBL looking to pick up the scraps. Running the ropes. Clothesline from hell.
Pick up the scraps like a true American hero. Way to go. You know how sick those words were that came out of my mouth about JBL.
I know. Either way.
This made me sick, the way this transpired.
This was a downright mugging from the get-go. You would have thought this would have been at least a fair match. You would have thought Ted DiBiase would have been right there to make the save. But no. JBL has his henchmen take out DiBiase before the match. And then you see this 2-on-1 mugging from JBL and Tensai. And Christian fought as long and as hard as he could. Fought like a true champion. But in the end, the numbers game was just too much. The sheer brutality and strength shared by JBL and Tensai outweighed the fighting spirit and heart of our United States champion.
This personally makes me sick the way JBL and Layfield Inc. did this.
So now you have to think in JBL's book at least, he's due for a rematch because he just pinned the United States champion, but he's not done! But Christian trying to fight him off! Christian trying to make sure JBL gets out of the ring, but no, these two are going at it in a slugfest here.
Christian trying to fight back after an ambush that JBL tried to put on Christian post-match to continue the damage. These two continue to fight. And Christian getting up and oh no.
David Otunga!
Come on now.
Thing out to even the odds!
Wait, oh no, here comes the rest of Layfield Inc. Eichorn and Drew McIntyre.
Christian struggling to his feet. And now this is just gonna be
Christian trying to fight against the odds, taking all 4 men at once. But the numbers game.
This team quickly catches up! Now look!
A shield style mug down.
It's a 4-on-1 damn mugging! That pack of dogs mentality from Layfield Inc.
This is just uncalled for. Completely ridiculous. Well, this makes me sick the way this happened out here, and I hope Christian gets his justice.
Great, now JBL's grabbing a microphone.
Oh God. Do we really have to hear from this wrestling fraud?
He put up a better fight than you did.
He took on 4 men and tried to put up a fight.
JBL wouldn't fight a 4-on-1 battle.
No, he wouldn't.
McIntyre? What right does JBL think that Drew McIntyre deserves a United States Championship match?
He hasn't done anything. Last time I recall, he lost to Christian.
I'm guessing JBL thinks Drew McIntyre deserves a victory. Either way, JBL says, I'm coming in with insurance, and I'm going to get the United States Championship around my waist. And I sincerely hope Christian proves him wrong. Oh, wait a minute. MVP is backstage with Jeff Hardy. You know, I didn't even think of that, Frank.
Well, they're both tied as 1 apiece.
You would make a Terry Taylor mention. God damn it, MVP.
Wow. Even that was funny.
We got a match, Frank. Either way.
Wait. Ooh. Hardy says he'll be waiting.
There you go.
And you heard MVP say if.
But still though, the big thing about it though is that MVP sounds confident that Jeff Hardy's going to win. And that's what I like about that.
Oh man, this next matchup here on Monday Night Raw is about power versus power. Ezekiel Jackson, one half of the Hall of Fame, takes on Bobby Lashley. This is going to be a hard-hitting match.
We heard about this earlier in the night. Me and Frank both missed it, as I think we were both just more infuriated at The Miz and also infuriated at the actions of the Hall of Pain against Bobby Lashley. But Lashley did mention this. Tonight he has a match with this man right here, the personification of domination, the world's strongest pupil, Ezekiel Jackson.
And this man brings a lot of power to the table. I think both Bobby Lashley and Ezekiel Jackson are basically the same in strength. I don't know if these two men are going to overpower each other, that's for sure.
I don't think this is more going to be an overpower thing. You also have to think about it, even though Ezekiel Jackson and Bobby Lashley are definitely going to be similar opponents here. As you said, it's power versus power, but there's another thing I'd like to mention. I'd like to think that Bobby Lashley is what you would really call an army tank with a Ferrari engine.
I think Lashley might have to use his wrestling skills to combat Ezekiel Jackson.
Not just that, his explosive athleticism, his speed. That's exactly what would give Bobby Lashley an advantage over Ezekiel Jackson. And although Ezekiel Jackson has been shown to be capable of that same athleticism, I think any day of the week you have to tip the scales in favor of Bobby Lashley in that department.
Very true. Lashley's the more athletic between the two men. Ezekiel Jackson might be the better brawler, and oh man, that's just my ears.
He also mentioned it though, Frank. If I remember well, Bobby Lashley was a former amateur wrestler.
He was. One of the U.S. Army, I think, two-time champion.
I will verify right now, as I actually have a laptop with me at ringside. Thank you, Anonymous Raw General Manager.
That's the laptop I use usually. Anyway, here we go. This match is underway. It's a match between two combined nearly 600 pounds of pure muscle.
Oh, and yes, Frank. Actually, Lashley did go to a college and managed to win 3 national amateur wrestling championships. And he did join the U.S. Army, but he did continue to wrestle.
Here we go. Actually using his wrestling ability to counter Ezekiel Jackson.
And that's exactly what he's going to have to do. Bobby Lashley is going to have to out-wrestle Ezekiel Jackson in this ring tonight. And Ezekiel Jackson, you have to outpower Bobby Lashley, and you have to slow him down.
That's going to be hard to do because Lashley is a power force too. Oh, Ezekiel Jackson showing...
There you go! That's what I was talking about! Ezekiel Jackson never really put that speed on display, but you see he's capable of it, and look at that raw power! Huge back body drop from the personification of domination. And
I think Bobby Lashley was surprised by the speed and quickness of Ezekiel Jackson.
And Frank, I do have to bring up one point. Since you said Ezekiel Jackson, you don't think he's capable of defeating Bobby Lashley or outpowering him. Need I remind you, regardless of if Mark Henry was in his corner, and I'm not trying to condone Ezekiel Jackson's actions here, that Ezekiel Jackson was actually responsible for the reason that he of the former undefeated variety named Abyss is no longer with us right now.
That's something you can't forget about. That's true. Ezekiel Jackson did help Mark Henry take Abyss out of that last resort. We haven't seen the monster or had any words, any mention of him since. I think Abyss is just broken down for good.
That remains to be seen, though. I think Abyss in his own little way will tell us he's not done. And I'd like to hope the monster isn't done. And I'd like to think he's going to get his revenge.
That's the man, his entire WEDF career was impervious to pain. He saw the effort he tried to do to take out the Hall of Pain altogether at last resort, but it's just too much.
Either way, back to the match. Ezekiel Jackson with that power on display, that exact power we were just talking about. Look at that solid suplex!
This is taking a page out of Lashley's playbook. And here we go with the soup slam. With one.
Ezekiel Jackson loves to go to these scoop slams, even though it's a simple move to do. I believe Ezekiel Jackson just loves the sensation.
That just takes more wear and tear on the body, and you see Lashley has to go outside and take a breather.
That, and I believe Ezekiel Jackson, I don't know why I asked him this, but he said he just loves the sensation of just really giving those guys intense scoop slams because, like you said, the wear and tear, and just because it's real easy and it just shows off Ezekiel Jackson's strength. Because if he can do that to anybody, just think of... Wait, Lashley with the cover though. If he can do that to anybody, just think of what happens when he faces bigger, heavier, stronger opponents.
Well, this is the same man who actually scoop slammed Mark Henry on ECTW last season.
And now Ezekiel Jackson though getting ready for that clothesline, but no, Lashley out of the way, and again!
Another T-bone suplex.
That was the one he did earlier before that cover you saw. Now Lashley is trying to get back in this. Look at this. Boom!
And that's again the fans into it. That raw power. That's just raw power. And oh, look at the strength.
King of raw power. Boom!
Impressive.
Wow.
Into the country. We got one, we got a two, and we got a kick out.
Big kick out from Ezekiel Jackson. Not enough to keep that man down. There's going to be a lot more to be done before one of these two tanks decide it's over.
Wait, I think Lashley might be thinking steer here. Is he going to hit it? No.
Ezekiel Jackson was quickly up to his feet before Lashley could really get in full position for it. And I think that's what makes the difference. Ezekiel, though,
right,
to a belly to back suplex.
Nice belly to belly throw there. I think Lashley might be thinking steer.
Lashley is setting up for the end. Is he going to get him? Running the ropes. Oh, yes, indeed.
The spear connects. And Lashley has this over. It's over.
And there you see the big difference between Ezekiel Jackson and Mark Henry. I think a lot of people have noticed.
The experience factor, too.
Not just the experience factor.
I mean, this is the same man that beat Triple H.
That is correct. And that's the other thing about it, though. Ezekiel Jackson, he has had a lot of great matches against top-tier talents. He's had a lot of great matches in this season of WEDF recently. But he's just been shown, you know, that inexperience. And there's also some sort of limit to Ezekiel Jackson. I think mostly everybody's been able to figure out. But speaking of limits...
Triple H in the Hall of Pain. We saw what happened to Goldberg. I think this is also part of the deal that these three men signed off on. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
There you go. They helped him. He helped him with Goldberg. Triple H says, help me with Lashley. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's a damn 3-on-1 mugging again.
Hell, wait a minute, Lashley, oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Lashley.
That's a 400-pound man he just suplexed, ladies and gentlemen.
And Lashley is tearing apart these three men. Look at the effort.
And again. But no. Lashley still trying to fight these odds off. Charles clothesline to Triple H, and no. Ezekiel Jackson finally decides he's had enough.
And Mark Henry, I think, has ran off too. Hall of Pain is having enough. I was surprised by the effort by Lashley.
I can't believe Bobby Lashley has just fought them off.
And now Lashley, I don't think the game expected this.
Hall of Pain are calling it quits, but Bobby Lashley says, Triple H, we still got business to take care of. Running for the spear, no!
Oh my goodness! Oh my! I just think I heard a shoulder pop.
I believe Lashley. Jesus, yeah, I see it. Lashley, you know, if he was walking in this match with Ezekiel Jackson with a concussion, just imagine what kind of damage he has now.
Oh my! And look at Triple H celebrating. There's a referee that actually held an X sign up while it was off camera. This can't be good for Bobby Lashley at all. You see,
Bobby Lashley. Ugh.
He might have a broken shoulder.
We heard something very bad when his shoulder hit that steel post. But either way, Triple H is taking so much pride in this.
Oh, here comes two crazy men backstage.
That's great.
The two were on opposing sides a couple weeks ago.
In that very odd tag team match. Wait a minute. Truth says he has a proposition for Miz.
Arthur?
What are you here for then? You would think Truth would want to get in the ring with Jeff Hardy to advance his career. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, what is Truth? He's crazy though. What?
Oh! Really?
Really? Really?
I hardly believe that.
His boy, John Cena.
Does he really think John Cena is his friend still?
Well, this is the same man who walks around with little Jimmy.
Oh, look at that. Of course Miz would think that's a great idea. Yeah, because he totally pinned John Cena 2 weeks ago, right?
Oh, yeah, right. That was much thanks to R-Truth.
But it looks like, very strangely, we have a deal, which I guess you still have to admit, though, Frank. That's a top bill match. Jeff Hardy versus John Cena.
Which, like we saw earlier with MVP and Jeff Hardy, looks like Miz is saying, maybe I'll see you for the WEDF Championship after SummerFest. Oh, here comes another fraud here. Here comes the man who always thinks he's right, Matt Eichorn.
And he says that very loosely about that part about him always being right.
I was just saying with sarcasm.
It's still said very loosely, which is why I said that. But anyway.
What is he coming out here for anyway? He's done enough carnage already tonight here in Riverside. Maybe you should throw him in a river.
I would say get out to that, but I'd say, you know what, you're actually right. Because here's the other thing about it. I was backstage with Eichorn and he said, look, tonight I'm going to get in the ring and I'm going to let Samoa Joe know what's up.
What does he mean by that?
I think he implicitly told me, it's just like, let's get something straight here, Oceanjax. You know that Samoa Joe is a coward. You know Samoa Joe won't get in the ring.
Coward.
Just let the man speak for himself. You already know that I was going to look at him crazy when he said that. I just want you...
Yeah, we saw him run away from Samoa Joe last week on Raw.
I just want you to understand the insanity of his logic. That's why I'm holding back on exactly what I told him backstage. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
He said they could choke out Tensai.
Wow.
He couldn't choke a wet paper bag out. If he wanted to. Oh, here we go.
Shooting on the IWC again.
Great.
Maybe he doesn't like it when they shoot on other wrestlers that he likes.
Either way, Matt Eichorn still sounds like the craziest person on the roster.
Hey, Eichorn's gonna kill you. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Oh, buddy!
What is Ted DiBiase thinking of? Is this smart?
I don't even care!
I don't think Ted DiBiase cares either. He just wants to get his hands on the Eichorn after what happened earlier tonight backstage.
Here we go! These two are going at it! Ted DiBiase, much to the chagrin of the Riverside crowd, they're all behind him! They support this! And who wouldn't? Ted DiBiase coming back for some revenge!
He's not letting his injuries affect him at all. He's just running out pure adrenaline.
He wants it to be known. He wants Matt Eichorn's blood. You see, I think Matt Eichorn kind of wishes he'd be out of the ring right now, don't you think, Frank?
Yeah, if I were Eichorn, I'd just roll out of there. Ted DiBiase is just...
I don't think it's if I were Eichorn, I'd roll out of there. It's more of what you're trying to say is, knowing Eichorn, he'd probably roll out of there because you and I both know Matt Eichorn doesn't mean a damn thing he says.
Wait a minute. I think I got this time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gentlemen, Ted DiBiase, I think I've seen enough right here. Considering you were attacked by Matt Eichorn earlier tonight, and considering you are wanting to seek revenge on Eichorn's part, I have decided to defuse this chaos right now and allow your shot at revenge since you're so eager to face Matt Eichorn tonight. So, get a referee out here. We're about to have Matt Eichorn versus Ted DiBiase right now.
Yeah! Yeah! I love that! I love it!
That's what I'm talking about.
And actually, you even said get a ref out here, and GM said get a ref out here. There was already a ref in the ring. I think the ref kind of knew what was going to happen once he heard Ted DiBiase's music hit.
That is very true.
Put 2 and 2 together, and even though DiBiase's walking into this match not really at 100%, you can tell he's hyped now, though. He doesn't feel a thing. He just wants to get his hands on Matt Eichorn.
Running on adrenaline.
But Eichorn!
Just like that.
And like I was saying earlier, though, you know, I was talking to Eichorn backstage, and he said, you know, Samoa Joe's a coward. Samoa Joe doesn't want to face me. Samoa Joe is not on my level. This, that, yada, yada. And I'm thinking to myself, you understand Samoa Joe has been undefeated since WrestleMania. But wait, Eichorn in the cover following that spine buster there you just saw. But I'm thinking to myself, you know Samoa Joe is undefeated ever since WrestleMania. Has been unstoppable the whole season. And you're going to sit here and tell me he's scared of anybody.
And yet, when Samoa Joe choked out Tensai, Eichorn had a chance to get his hands on him and break that up.
Any chance Matt Eichorn has had to prove himself to the whole crowd and say, I'm not afraid of Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is afraid of me. He's run from the fight. And now Matt Eichorn, though, showing true strength and honor and bravery and whatever you want to call it. That big headbutt on Ted DiBiase. And I guess, I don't know, we really can't make excuses here because he is fighting Ted DiBiase while he's injured. But it's still sickening to think that earlier in the night, the reason Ted DiBiase is the way he is because Matt Eichorn powerbombed that man into a soda machine.
Ted DiBiase trying to fight back any way he can. But does he really have enough strength in him?
I think so, Frank. I think Ted DiBiase is going to do everything he can to get his revenge because, as you've shown, he's not let his limits stop him. He came out, and despite the protests of the medics I saw from the top of the stage, DiBiase said, screw that, Matt Eichorn is mine.
With a clothesline knocking down my Eichorn, it took a lot of force. knock a big man like Eichorn down. Again, he goes.
And Riverside loves it, Frank. You can tell because, oh my goodness! Big arm drag from the fortunate son, and now DiBiase with the spine buster!
Into a pin. Let's be it.
Could he do it? No! Wow! Ted DiBiase, what surprises me is that he still has the strength to fight this man off!
Not quitting at any cost, much like Christian did earlier tonight.
Ted DiBiase wants it to be... No! Matt Eichorn was going for that headbutt there, but DiBiase getting out of the way!
Showing the athleticism and quickness.
Those drop kicks are still not doing anything to Matt Eichorn. That third one does, though. And now DiBiase, he's got one shot. Can he hit him? Dream Street to come in. No. Roll up instead. 1, 2.
No.
And wait, Eichorn with the counter. 1, 2.
No, we got a kick out. That was surprising agility, but I don't think I should be surprised as Eichorn tried another drop kick there.
Nobody should be surprised at the agility of Matt Eichorn if you've watched for this long.
Wait a minute,
Dream Street, no!
No, Spencer locked that in, oh no.
Turns right into that kill shot!
Oh, that busted him open.
That's not good for Ted DiBiase. He's being dragged in the middle of the ring as into the cover. 1, 2, 3.
Now we give Ted DiBiase credit. He gave Eichorn all he could tonight.
He had heart. He had determination. You know, the anonymous Royal General Manager said, you know what? Let's go with it. Let's see if Ted DiBiase can get his revenge. He fought as hard as he could and as long as he could. But in the end, Matt Eichorn's raw strength and power, too much for DiBiase to handle here tonight.
It's too much.
Now just imagine if Ted DiBiase was at full strength tonight. Imagine if he was 100%. I guarantee you we would have got a more explosive... Oh, man!
Uh-oh, I think business is about to pick up an Eichorn. He's running...
He's hightailing it out of here. He's getting the hell out of Dodge. I think he understands. There again, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Been saying all along. This is why Matt Eichorn is absolutely crazy. Because you saw his eyes. He just opened up, he acted like he saw a ghost.
Wait,
that's
SmackDown's great Khali.
Khali?
What is he doing here?
This is who Jericho was talking to backstage?
Did he even understand what Jericho's saying?
Oh my goodness. Jericho.
He said, improve the English vocabulary.
And that part about tag teaming.
I think Jericho's just...
He spoke English?
What? He spoke English? It's like the equivalent of Yoshitatsu speaking English. You just don't expect that.
You see though, Jericho and Khali now going to hunt. They said, hey Knucklehead, where you at? I can hear him all the way from here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. This is about to get real fun. Still no sight of Big Show anywhere. But you hear Jericho hyping him up and oh wait a minute!
There he is. Wait a minute, oh no! Head. I think Chris Jericho is the new Knucklehead.
Oh my god. That I'll offer my thoughts on this later. In the meantime, Samoa Joe, ladies and gentlemen, proving exactly what we said all along. You know, There again, his music hits. Matt Eichorn runs away. Now Joe says, you know, you say all this, you say all that about me. How about this? Get some balls to step up and face me in the same ring at Summerfest. When you're brave enough.
We have the balls to do so. Mojo laying out the challenge. Will Eichorn accept? I think Matt Eichorn might give us an answer on the next SmackDown if he decides to show up on commentary.
Now wait a minute. Sting's music. What is this about?
I have no idea.
Wait. I'm being told that John Cena versus Jeff Hardy is next. And
Sting has some interest in it.
I think Sting has decided he wants to take a front row seat. Wants the best seat in the house.
This is what Sting did against Cena and R-Truth in their match in the King of the Ring tournament, but how did that work for Sting? Is this a wise strategy by the Stinger here?
I think, ladies and gentlemen, really, when it comes to Sting, I don't know what kind of interest he has now after being essentially told to go somewhere else. Just go away. Quit bothering me. I'm by myself now. I don't need your help. I don't need anybody, by John Cena. This is interesting, though. I gotta wonder what kind of impact Sting might have in this match.
It could be a distraction to John Cena. Maybe one to Jeff Hardy, who knows?
I don't know if it's a distraction to Jeff Hardy, but to John Cena it might be. But the only thing I can think would be a distraction to Jeff Hardy is that it might influence the outcome of the match.
Because John Cena to a mixed reaction.
I'm hearing a lot more boos though, Frank, as really Cena, despite that smile on the man's face, despite all the pandering he's doing right now, you know the man is a mixed bag of emotions. He's all jumbled up.
He's trying to hold it all in, and now with Sting at ringside, John Cena's conflicted.
Cena turned and he just saw him, but he's trying to ignore him. Of course, Cena declared last week, ladies and gentlemen, he's done listening to everybody. He's with himself now. He's not going to let anybody influence what he says. He's tired of everyone judging him. He's tired of basically not being in the right with anybody. So he says the only instinct he can trust is his own. And really, even though he's got this big match against Jeff Hardy here to focus against, with Sting at ringside and with everything John Cena has been going through lately, can he really keep his mind on the bigger prize here tonight?
I'm not really sure, and considering that John Cena's had really not much success against Jeff Hardy. Remember, Jeff Hardy did beat John Cena in more than a triple threat match to qualify for Survivor Series Championship Scramble, which he was taking out of. You know, back to that, Jeff Hardy's road to the WEDF Championship has been very rough. Or the World Heavyweight Championship, depending on what brand he's been on. But Summerfest, he has that chance to put all those cribs to rest as he challenges The Miz. Maybe claim immortality.
The difference at the core of Jeff Hardy and The Miz's characters is simple. Jeff Hardy, every step of the way, despite if he wins or if he loses, he has always looked at the next challenge. He's always taken the high road. He's never lost sight of the goal, but he's always stuck to what he could actually do to earn a title match. He won King of the Ring. And now he gets The Miz at Summerfest, and I think everybody here would know this has got to be Jeff Hardy's final shot, because if he doesn't win this one, Frank,
what can he do? There's really nothing he can do. Basically a win or go home situation for the Extreme Enigma.
It's a must-win situation. It's do or die for Jeff Hardy. In terms of do or die, actually, I do actually believe there is one part of this insane decision that The Miz made that was actually right on the money. Consider this, Frank. John Cena, multiple-time world champion, biggest name in the business other than maybe The Rock.
or Stone Cold or Hulk Hogan.
Still, he is the face of the current generation of professional wrestling. He is the guy. Regardless of who may be the champion at the time, John Cena has always been viewed as the franchise. So Jeff Hardy, as of this moment, has to be at his A game, even with a conflicted John Cena in the ring.
And Jeff Hardy's one that can maybe challenge John Cena for that franchise spot.
Anybody can, but we have to agree on something. Regardless of John Cena's mental state, we have to agree Jeff Hardy has to bring his A game here tonight if he's going to defeat John Cena.
Jeff Hardy, one of the most popular superstars in the WEDF roster, if not the most popular. That's just heard a yes chant. The fans have completely turned their, they're booing John Cena here.
Jeff Hardy! What a nice gourd buster, I believe that was. Beautifully done. And now Hardy, wait, into the roll-up. 1, 2,
no.
Cena counter. People discredit Cena for that athleticism. But as everybody knows, the commander of the C Nation is capable of it.
The fans are completely in Jeff Hardy's corner, I mean.
Snapmare with the drop kick from Jeff Hardy into the cover. Could he have him? No, he doesn't. Of course, that's going to take a lot more to put away the master of the attitude adjustment.
It's going to have, you have to take John Cena through a lot of hell. I mean, you can't discredit the man's his success, as you want to call it. He's lost to men like CM Punk, R-Truth. No discredit to them, but John Cena's year really hasn't been that good at all. The Miz.
Yes, it has. I mean, you know, I have to agree with you. It has been the worst year in John Cena's career. And I think it's kind of like that Batman-like mentality. Not really Superman, as a lot of people think. Wait a minute, STF from John Cena!
It's locked in, but
I don't think Jeff Hardy was crawling to the ropes, but Cena quickly breaking it off, realized he's going to have to do more. But either way, I think there's a Batman-like mentality to John Cena, if that makes sense. He wants to be the hero. He thinks he can do it all. He thinks he can be the hero that the WEDF needs him to be. But I think it's just a coming of age where Cena realizes, wait, it's already
we got to kick out.
I think it's the coming of age where it's just Cena realizes that he can't really do it all.
No one man can.
Even for someone.
I mean, that's just greater force, and then the R-Truth getting his head, and
I think everybody has started to see that there is a more human side to John Cena. But John Cena will fight regardless of the odds against him. He is very tenacious.
He never backs down. He never quits.
He's like Bruno Sammartino. He eats, sleeps, and breathes this business. You cannot take that away from him.
Congratulations to Bruno Sammartino being in the class of 2013 this year. John Cena also has the heart and desire of never quitting like Hulk Hogan does. The man he'll be facing at WrestleMania 3. Clear cover, 1, 2, no.
A lot of people give John Cena flack, but I'd like to believe, even if John Cena has declared himself, you know, a sort of free agent, just says, I'm going to do what I think is right for me from now on. I think somewhere deep down in John Cena's heart of hearts, I know, and I think everybody else will know in time, that John Cena truly has good intentions.
I think it's trying to be more of the anti-hero, it looks like, lately. 2, no, just being there for himself.
I think he kind of has to, though, Frank, because you can't let the negative reaction, if you're John Cena, you can't really let it you can't really let it cloud your thoughts. So I think it's just more of everybody wants to see John Cena turn to the dark side. But that has never been John Cena's core. John Cena has never been one to do that!
Jeff Hardy rolling out of the ring, that was great awareness there. Wait a minute, Jeff Hardy may be thinking Twist of Fate. Can he hit the twist play in John Cena? No!
Cena with the counter! That veteran experience of John Cena, even though Jeff Hardy has had more experience, but you cannot take away that. Wait a minute, Cena into the roll-up, though.
Too uncharacteristic, but no.
But you cannot take away, though, that even after 10 years in this business, that John Cena, you know, being in the position he's in, you cannot take away that he would have some sort of edge over Jeff Hardy in this match.
Wait a minute, Jeff Hardy with the surprise roll. 2, no. Cena with the count. Athleticism there. 2, no.
Both of these men are warriors at the end of the day, and right now, even with John Cena conflicted as he is, Jeff Hardy is still giving the man the fight of his life.
Uh-oh. Jeff Hardy accidentally running into the referee. This gives Cena the opportunity as Jeff Hardy was distracted.
Spin out powerbomb from Cena. Or the proto-bomb as it was, Frank. The proto-bomm.
Man, they're busted open. They're busting their asses out here tonight.
The 5-knuckle shuffle. And wait a minute. That's R-Truth.
Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute.
He's throwing him the chair and saying, use it.
John Cena's conflicted. He doesn't know what the right thing is.
John Cena doesn't want to use it. Now you see Sting getting up out of his chair and running in. He's saying, don't do this, John. Don't do it. And I think Sting realized that Cena might actually use the chair, but no!
Oh, man! Using them both just like that in a matter of a second.
John Cena says, I don't need either of you. But no! Hardy!
Both in the twist of fate. Jeff Hardy had enough time to recover to the referee. Swanton bomb. This could be it for John Cena. Cena didn't know what hit him.
1, 2, 3!
Jeff Hardy with a huge upset. And the momentum for the Extreme Enigma continues into Summerfest.
Absolutely! That is amazing for Jeff Hardy.
I don't think R-Truth or the Miz expected that.
Look, even despite what just happened here, Jeff Hardy has pinned John Cena. But I think a bigger question for me is not just more of can Jeff Hardy win the WEDF Championship, it's also more of where is John Cena's mind at? How is he feeling after this?
Going to WEDF Butler's today for Forum News and FNW.
Also butts.
You can make your own FNW show. Just go and be on D-Jack Extras. Go to the forums now, or the butt rooms, whatever you want to call them. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Frank, I got a feeling this isn't going to be good.
I have to agree.
No.
Wait a minute.
But he's retired.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa!
But Sting's retired!
This can't happen.
I don't think John Cena cares either way.
I don't think he cares either.
Cena laying it on the line. I don't care if you gotta get a permission slip. You give me an answer at Saturday night's main event. Oh, buddy.
I think Cena has truly had enough. It comes down to a boiling point for John Cena and Sting here. Now Sting looks conflicted. He doesn't know what to do here. Maybe right back in your face if you want to call that.
You know, even though we have more pressing matters to focus on here, I do have to think. A little part of me does want to see Sting get that match with John Cena. Can you imagine the history?
Never before, never again.
Just the fact that John Cena and Sting, two of the biggest names from two respective companies, going at it one-on-one. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have made Cena and Sting comparisons somewhere.
I mean, people have said John Cena versus Hulk Hogan had a chance of happening, but John Cena versus Sting is one that might have been overlooked due to Sting's retirement, and might have a chance to happen.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have our big main event. The Miz set to face MVP in their third match, and I would think this is the one that'll be a rubber match between them.
Here's a kind of a dirty story. I just got some backstage news that Miz had to change his sides because he pissed himself after the news the anonymous Raw General Manager gave him earlier tonight. He pissed his other tight.
I don't know how that's dirty. Oh! They finally improved them using this?
Well, he's coming.
He's balling! Straight up balling! Once again, we are VIP balling! In Riverside, California! This man you see right here.
He wants to prove another point, not to just the WEDF Universe, but to himself that he can beat The Miz to prove that comeback victory was no fluke.
That's exactly the perfect way that MVP came back to that we talked about.
Over the past couple of weeks, though, ever since King of the Ring, owns a victory over Chris Jericho.
Absolutely. Anything to get MVP's momentum rolling right now. But MVP, ladies and gentlemen, he has a big match ahead of him. He has The Miz in their third match of this season. They are 1-1 as it stands. Of course, as we all remember, The Miz defeated MVP to retain the WEDF Championship at King of the Ring, but you saw the heart and determination of MVP, and I don't think MVP is going to let the events that happened at King of the Ring go lightly, as you see this match getting started off in a hurry.
MVP wasting no time catching Miz.
That T-bone suplex and just stomping into him. Miz and MVP trading shots now. Miz on the outside and MVP saying, let's go.
Oh, look at Miz right there. Typical Miz cheap shot. I don't think MVP should have been taunting him right there anyway. But
all MVP was saying, get in the ring and bring it. And that's exactly what MVP's doing when Miz gets in the ring. He's bringing it to him.
Here's a reversal by The Miz. That's athleticism there. And oh, what a boot. Miz did beat MVP clean as a sheet at King of the Ring. Miz prior to that beat him clean as a sheet. There's going to be a rightful winner of this rivalry right now. And what if MVP does beat The Miz? Well, you could say maybe post Summerfest that MVP would be right and he would be maybe in the title scene.
He'd be right for a WEDF Championship opportunity somewhere. As MVP connects with that Northern Lights suplex, only got a 1 count off the bridge though.
Here's some big Summerfest news. Looks like Bobby Lashley is showing interest into accepting a rematch with Triple H at Summerfest. I think we'll find out Saturday night's main event for that answer.
And we are also getting an update on Bobby Lashley's condition. It seems like I don't know exactly the details of his shoulder injury. So I don't want to make it sound too severe, but let's put it to you like this. Bobby Lashley will be cleared for a match at Summerfest against Triple H should he choose to accept, but there has been damage done to his shoulder, and he does have a concussion following the two past assaults from the Hall of Pain and Triple H.
If I was Lashley, though, I don't think I would let my pride get in the way. I think I'd accept the match another time. I don't think Bobby Lashley's going to be like that. And here's The Miz who's just pitching a fit because he's getting owned by MVP right now.
Speaking of man who doesn't have any pride.
Oh, wait, get away from here.
It's just tearing up the ring like a child. Like a damn child.
There you go, MVP. Kick his ass. Kick his ass.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. MVP saying that's enough.
Wait a minute. MVP with the chair.
No, MVP, hang on. Hold back. It's not a no disqualification match.
Wait, I think he's trying to discard the steel steps. Oh!
I think he's trying to help make the referee's job a little easier. But Miz not having MVP have any of it. But wait, MVP with that beautiful vertical suplex. Now the referee has to turn to see a cover.
I think the steel suit hit Miz's knee pad right there for a second.
No, I don't think it hit Miz at all. If it did, Miz would be complaining. He wouldn't even be wrestling knowing, you know, how Miz is like, oh, everybody's out to get me. Ah.
I think the referee should have hit him with the steel steps after the abuse that Miz is giving that referee.
And any other referee in the WEDF.
I just don't think I just fear for the referee's safety at Summerfest, possibly. Depending on that stipulation. And no! Well, regardless, we're going to find out that stipulation. Yeah, he was talking. I feel like Smokey. We're going to find out that stipulation later on tonight after this match.
Immediately after the conclusion of the main event, we are being told we will finally hear the anonymous Raw General Manager break his silence on the stipulation of tonight's, the Summerfest main event. Excuse me.
2-0.
Only for 2, and now MVP and Miz are really having a hellacious match so far. Miz with the DDT, and you can tell Miz really wants to beat MVP here tonight.
He's going to have to do it in the middle of the ring. He can't be running and hiding or winning by countout.
Miz a little frustrated that he has to deal with MVP again.
You know how ironic Miz would be to win this match via countout if he decides to do so, or disqualification, knowing what MVP did in his United States Championship run before he quit and came back under a new life, at least on life.
You know, that would kind of bring up an interesting point about, you know, wait a minute, cover by Miz though.
We got 1, we got 2, we got a kick out.
That would bring up an interesting point though about Miz saying MVP was better off when he was United States Champion and acted like he gave a damn. That's in Miz's mind, of course. As for everybody else, we can appreciate that MVP, unlike the Miz, has grown a pair.
That's why we respect the MVP, and that's why the WEDF Universe respects the MVP as a whole now.
Miz with that sleeper slam, even despite MVP looking like he was going to get back in the match. Miz with the cover, only for 2 though. Miz with the hard Irish whip into the corner. MVP looking out of it. Miz.
Oh no, wait a minute. Miz.
With that big shoulder breaker.
We got a 1, we got a 2, we got a kick out by the former World Heavyweight Champion and MVP.
That's a lot of things I think people forget about. Is that MVP?
Well, basically in that World Heavyweight Championship match they wanted Survival of the Fittest, many feel like it was handed to MVP, and MVP lost that title real quickly, and many thought that he was not a worthy champion.
Well, that's the other thing about it, though, is that MVP was a world champion, but oh, what's the Miz doing here? Oh my goodness!
Shades of last week to Jeff Hardy.
You know, I should say we see that every week, so I shouldn't say oh my goodness or oh my god or whatever you want to say, but
the impact it always gives is just deadly.
Yeah, I always cringe when I see somebody go through the barricade like that.
Referee's up to 5.
Miz still on the outside delivering punishment to MVP, and MVP is really taking a licking here. Now look!
Oh my.
You had to say something. You had to say something, Frank.
Wait a minute. Oh my goodness, the referee's restarting the count.
Miz is trying to win this by a count out.
The referee decided to reset it. Miz is complaining right now.
But no, MVP not falling for it again when Miz decides he's going to try to knock MVP off the apron again.
And Miz was complaining about that because the referee restarted the count.
But that's the thing about it, though. Miz did it so long and took his focus off the match. Now look at what's happening when MVP has a chance to fight and get back in the groove.
MVP's a fighter. He's one that did that growing up. He was in jail for a couple of years, followed out that, and had wrestling as his passion.
And we've really just seen MVP grow in the WEDF. Now into the cover, though.
No.
The man is a former world champion after all, and I think he finally started treating himself like one, Frank. That's the difference to me. Is that even though everybody saw MVP's World Championship reign as a transitional one, a fluke, something that shouldn't have happened, I think MVP is carrying himself with the class of a world champion now.
I like those times that he won the World Heavyweight Championship, lost it in a matter of weeks, and even lost the non-title match to Zack Starr.
Still, MVP is
That's how Zack Starr got full of himself. We haven't seen the Dream Team tonight, but I'm sure Zack Starr won't take too kindly to my comments about him.
I think the Dream Team are off getting ready for a potential Summerfest rematch I'm hearing rumors of between them and Booker T and Rob Van Dam.
305 style.
305 coming to Riverside tonight because we are balling with that ball and elbow.
Flash.
Ha ha!
We got cover. We got one. We got two. We got MVP trying to make it fly there.
He let it fly with that ball and elbow. And yes, those were Chris Smooth quotes for whoever was paying attention.
But I tell you what, though, MVP ain't Chris Smooth, baby. But he
is the most valuable player in WEDF, and he could be well on the way to defeating the WEDF champion as he connects with the drive-by kick.
Drive-by kick connect. And you see, Miz is busted open. More kicks to his head. More. Wait a minute, we got cover 1, 2.
Only 2.5. 1 second away, and MVP wondering what he has to do to win this.
Get a T-bone suplex. Give the Miz a manual. Wait a minute. Cover 1, 2. No.
MVP looked like he was going to go for an Irish whip, but Miz giving him a big knee to the guts.
Uh-oh. I think it's skull crusher finale. No! MVP knows Miz so well.
That was a new move from Miz there. Into the cover off the back suplex from MVP.
Ooh, no.
And here we go. This is just heart and determination. These men running on fumes.
Back and forth they go. These two even punch each other in the head. They're matching punch for punch, but MVP getting the upper hand.
What are these men going to have to give to put each other away? What a hell of a main event we're seeing right here on the #1 brand in WEDF Sports Entertainment today.
And Miz missing with that kick. Wait, Miz with the counter. Oh no. This is the most dangerous DDT in the WEDF.
That signature DDT from Miz, and now Miz says it's over. Skull-crushing finale. Cover. 1, 2,
and 3. Like it or hate it, the Miz won here tonight. Fair and square.
Hate it or love it, Miz won fair and square, and that's exactly the way you want to see it, regardless of what the WEDF champion says. Nobody likes the man's arrogance. Nobody likes the man's attitude. But when he puts up quality wins like this, I don't think there's anyone who can question the Miz's determination and worth as WEDF champion.
And we're just a couple of miles away from Lob City Music in Los Angeles, and the Miz proved his point as a champion here tonight, defeating MVP.
This is exactly the type of win that the Miz needed heading into Summerfest. Miz and Jeff Hardy, I gotta say, the main event of Summerfest couldn't get any hotter unless you added a 500-degree fire to it.
Oh, wait a minute. I think Jeff Hardy hasn't had enough from early tonight. He still wants a piece of the Miz.
And Miz is saying, bring it on. Let's do it. Miz is all hype right now. Ready to get it on. But wait a minute!
Miz has brought a friend with him.
Justice! This is exactly what the Miz did to both of these men. On the last Raw.
The #1 contender for the European Championship, Matt Hardy.
And this makes sense, ladies and gentlemen, because you do remember on Miz TV last week, The Miz assaulted Matt Hardy live on his set.
Justice has been served.
Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, the first time united in a while, the Hardy Boys. And look at them, they're just taking the...
We haven't seen this. This is a very special moment. We haven't seen this since, I believe, last season.
Absolutely. We haven't seen Matt and Jeff in the same ring since WrestleMania 2, but fighting together as a tandem, like you said, last season.
When they lost their tag team titles to the $1 Million Congregation. They're just giving a beatdown to the Miz, a real Raw-style beatdown.
This is something that has had to happen to the Miz for a while, as that Matt Hardy delivers that grade A side effect.
Well, like you said, whenever the Miz took me out, Miz is going to get his when it's coming to him. This is a twist of fate.
And that's exactly what he's getting. This is what was coming to him from last week. That's the Hardy Boys with that extreme combination, the twist of fate and the Swanton. I think we have a potential big match brewing for Saturday night's main event. I'm calling it right now. In some way, shape, or form, for the first time in months, the Hardy Boys in action.
I hope that's the case. I would love to see that.
So would everybody here in Riverside, California, and all around the WEDF universe.
Wait, what's the stipulation going to be? We still haven't... Wait a minute.
I've got this one, Frankie boy. We got this. We got this in
the... Make a splash.
Ha ha! Now, Matt, Jeff, while you two certainly ended this night on a different note I had expected, I simply can't say my vision was any better, and I can't argue with anybody else in the WEDF universe. That was great! But I did remember I said I would announce the stipulation for your Summerfest match with The Miz. So, Jeff, here it is. I know I possibly can't have a normal match between the two of you, but what I can ensure is that no matter if you wrestled a clean match or if you two were swinging chairs like madmen, we're going to have a winner and we're going to have a WEDF champion. And there's only one man I can think of who would guarantee that. So without further ado, allow me to introduce the man who will be the special guest referee for the Summerfest main event.
Who's it going to be? Special guest referee? Who is the announced World Jammer chosen?
What?
Wait a minute! The Tensai, California has exploded!
Get out of here! It is!
Stone Cold Steve Austin is back!
The former WEDF champion! The Texas Rattlesnake! Riding down in style on his ATV! My God! This is the special guest referee for a hellacious WEDF championship match! And you can already tell what this entails, Frank Dog!
Jeff Hardy's seen with a smile on his face. The Miz is with it! He's beside himself!
And everybody in Riverside saying it with me! Oh! Hell yeah!
The anonymous World Championship did indeed make a splash. And that splash is the special guest referee for Summerfest, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The WEDF Championship match between The Miz and Jeff Hardy. This guy's 10 times bigger. That
wasn't just a splash, Frank Dog. That was an atom bomb waiting to drop. Boom! Here it is! Stone Cold is back! And we'll see you at Saturday night's main event.